Mid-range smartphones are getting a lot interesting these days. Devices like the Moto G5 Plus offer great performance and a solid user experience without breaking the bank, while the Huawei P10 Lite tries to be an affordable version of its flagship brother P10. So, we have both of these devices right here today, and let's find out which is the better performer. I'm Warren with KLGadgetTV, and this is Huawei P10 Lite versus Moto G5 Plus. The P10 Lite and G5 Plus are direct competitors when it comes to price and specs. Both devices are officially priced at 1,299 ringgit here in Malaysia and offers pretty much the same hardware internals, except for their processors. The P10 Lite uses Huawei's in-house Kirin 658 processor, and Motorola went for Qualcomm Snapdragon 625. Both processors use 8 Cortex-A53 cores, with the P10 Lite using 2 groups of cores at different clock speeds, while the G5 Plus has all of the cores clocked at the same frequency. However, when it comes to design, the P10 Lite has a much lighter, slimmer body while looking more premium than the G5 Plus. The P10 Lite's glass back cover is just a pleasure to look at, but if you don't put on the case, you're gonna attract fingerprints, and don't ever hope that glass will survive a drop. The G5 Plus just isn't attractive enough on the outside, and when you consider its camera doesn't have any special hardware, that bump is really unnecessary. However, the G5 Plus's front glass is protected by Gorilla Glass 3 to resist minor scratches, while not having a glass back means you don't have to be too worried about fingerprints and a cracked glass. One notable hardware advantage the G5 Plus has over the P10 Lite is the front-firing speaker. While both of these devices could produce a pretty decent room volume, the G5 Plus's speaker tend to produce a lot more detail without distortion at max volume. Fingerprint scanners on both devices work extremely fast and precise, and it depends whether you prefer it to be at the front or back. Personally, I prefer the latter. Android 7.0 Nougat is present on both smartphones. Huawei skins up the experience with Emotion UI, and Motorola opted for a stock experience. Both of these devices have their own advantages when it comes to this department. First of all, Huawei's software offers a number of features that some users will appreciate. For instance, the knuckle gesture that captures screenshot and split screen, switching between different home screen styles, and using the fingerprint scanner to perform certain actions. The G5 Plus also has a few tricks of its own, including a glance display that lets you view notifications and perform actions on them, as well as gestures that turn on the flashlight and camera. When it comes to real-world performance, I find in-app performance to be inconsistent on the P10 Lite despite of the claimed machine learning algorithm. For instance, I experienced input lags using SwiftKey. Scrolling on Facebook newsfeed and some web pages using Chrome can become choppy after some time, even though tolerable. The G5 Plus, on the other hand, performs snappily and reliably. The phone software is so optimized that there's really no need to manually free up memory. It also handles gaming decently with well-controlled thermals, while the P10 Lite can get warm with noticeable frame drops. Both smartphones' main camera will take 12 megapixel stills. The Moto G5 Plus's camera sensor has an advantage over the P10 Lite, with a larger f1.7 aperture, 1/2.5-inch sensor size, and the ability to shoot 4K videos. The P10 Lite, however, isn't losing out when it comes to camera software, spawning a lot more camera modes than Motorola's simple camera app. Putting both devices to the real test, they both produce pretty good image quality for its class. The G5 Plus's larger sensor offers better detail on pictures while keeping colors looking natural. The P10 Lite, on the other hand, produces softer images but somehow produces much better color saturation. I also find the P10 Lite to perform better indoors with better autofocus performance. Moving on to the front camera, the P10 Lite's 8 megapixel sensor features autofocus and great beautify features, which is superior to the G5 Plus's 5 megapixel sensor. Even though both smartphones use power-efficient hardware, I find the G5 Plus to be a much better performer when it comes to enduring a full day of use. Its turbo power fast charging feature can also be triggered with any quick charge power banks. Although the P10 Lite also features fast charging, it can only be triggered using the supplied power brick. The Xiaomi power bank that I have here supports Qualcomm's Quick Charge 3.0, and unfortunately it isn't able to fast charge the device, despite using the phone's supplied USB cable. On my final thoughts, both the Huawei P10 Lite and the Moto G5 Plus are pretty decent mid-range devices. The Huawei P10 Lite's camera, design and software features are definitely worth the shout-out. However, if you want a better performing smartphone in the long run, the Moto G5 Plus is going to be the better candidate. And with stock Android, the phone is going to stand a chance to receive Android O earlier than the former. So what are your thoughts about the Huawei P10 Lite and the Moto G5 Plus? Share with me down in the comment section, and be sure to subscribe to KLGadgetTV for more weekly tech videos. And make sure you also follow us on the usual places. I'm Warren with KLGadgetTV, and I will see you soon in our next video.